Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you can join me again today here. We've got an exciting one today. This one I grew up watching, and I think a lot of you are going to remember this. Probably a lot of you don't know this has been remastered and released, but I've got an exciting one here for you. This one's going to be about The Incredible Hulk Remastered Blu Ray Series. Now I do have both. This one's going to be a unique review. It's going to be a little bit longer. We're going to be diving into both sets. We're going to be going into comparisons, what the differences are, kind of explain the difference. That way you know which one you're going to want to get. And I got some exciting news about both these sets that I want to go through, break them down for you, and go from there. But before we jump into these, I did want to cover a couple of things with you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. That helps the channel to grow, and I know that I've said this before, but it really does, and I appreciate every one of your supports that you've been providing and giving to the channel. But please continue to like these videos, subscribe, and then share them, so that way the channel continues to grow and that helps support me. So as always, I appreciate all the support. You also have the bell notification down below. If you click that, it'll notify you as I release each new video. That way you're one of the first ones to get to watch the new review I come out with for something new and exciting you're going to want to get. And the last thing is, as always, I do have my shirts available, and I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving, buying these shirts. And they come in men's and women's sizes, all different colors, red, blue, green, so on and so forth. But I do post in the description right at the top there the link to the actual web page for the shirts. And that's what I've got on there. It's pretty basic. You order your shirts, it ships them to your home. And I do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving. Please keep it coming. Buy yourself a shirt down there. It definitely helps out and keeps the channel growing. All right, now that we've gotten through that, let's jump into and dive into these sets here. These are real exciting. There's a lot of things I've got to cover with you guys, and I'm going to try to cover all of it. Some notes so that way I keep track of this time some of the things I want to cover. But so stick with me here. We're going to go through this here and dive into it. So what we're talking about here is specifically the two different sets. This one is the UK release by Fabulous Films, and this one is the Blu-ray release of the entire series. The only things, and I'll cover that in both of these to start off with, that is not included in either set and has not been remastered or released on Blu-ray is the final 3 TV movies. There was 3 movies. 2 of them were directed and written by Bill Bixby himself, who is the actor of the series. He actually directed and written the last 2 of those, but there was 3 of them that are not. They're not owned, the rights aren't owned by basically Universal. I don't know who owns them now, but anyhow, those final 3 films are not included in any remastered Blu-ray sets. So those are something you are going to have to get separately if you want to finish the entire thing. The final 3 films are not included in any remastered series anywhere because they're owned separately. This is all the entire series remastered. I'm going to explain a little bit about the show here. So I always kind of give you a little bit of background of the show in case you haven't seen it. The Incredible Hulk obviously is a Marvel superhero TV series. Back from 1977 was when the show first had its pilot movie that aired. And this basically had Bill Bixby, who was playing Dr. David Bruce Banner. And he's actually the main character that transforms into the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk then was played by Lou Ferrigno, who did a great job. If you've ever known anything about Lou Ferrigno, he was deaf, and he had to basically, he was a great actor that did a great job with this role, but he was a bodybuilder, and he fit the Incredible Hulk. When I think of the Incredible Hulk, I always think of Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby as Bruce Banner, because I mean, that's what I grew up with, and I think a lot of you that watch my channel probably remember this as well. It was a great series around the time of like A-Team and that kind of thing, and I grew up watching that too. So anyhow, great series. The series itself did a great job continuing the story of him traveling across the country trying to find a cure for himself and things that he ran into and people he helped and discovering more about the Incredible Hulk. Great TV series. It ran for 5 seasons. And all 5 seasons are in both sets. They do have all the 5 seasons, including 3 of the movies that were TV movies along the way of the series. They are remastered in here as well. It's just the final 3 movies after the series ended years later are not the ones that are included. Those ones aren't. So that's a completely separate thing to get into. But the series itself did run for 5 seasons. It's a great series. It's one of those sci-fi, it's got comedy, action, some romance, some drama. It's one of those things that you never really know what you're going to get for the week of what's going to happen, whether it's going to be something that he's solving something, or it's an action, or it's a romance. It was nice how they mixed it up continually, and the story kept going along, so it's a continuing story, which was a unique thing for back then, because he was constantly trying to find something about his cure, which was really unique. Great series. As far as if you're wanting something that you haven't seen before, The Incredible Hulk, once you get into it and binge watch it, you'll be addicted. It's one of those things that you kind of like Bill Bixby and The Incredible Hulk, and you kind of want to learn what's going to happen next in it. Going into these releases themselves, it's a very, very interesting thing with these, because there's a lot in these that's different. And I'm going to try to break it down for you, the differences between them here. But I'm going to start off with this one. This was the first one I got. And this was released originally first in the UK. So Amazon.co.uk was where this was originally available for sale. Fabulous Films remastered it from the Universal Remasters. They did this themselves and released it. This one did come out. I bought this one originally, watched it. I obviously enjoy it. I love The Incredible Hulk. It was one of those childhood shows growing up. I watched this with my parents, and very good moral show about doing what's right. And the Hulk, just when I was a kid, it wowed me. I mean, there was no big special effects like there is nowadays, where it was, computer generated Hulk. It was a real guy, painted green, Lou Ferrigno. I mean, he was massive. So the show itself does come 5 Blu Ray cases here, and I'll show you the back here. So the side, and then the bottom is where most of your, basically you're telling you about how long it is, Blu-ray, talking about, I know you can't see this, I'll post a picture up there so you can kind of see it. But it mostly talks about, it is obviously HD 1080p, both sets are. So they're both remastered HD 1080p Blu-ray. They're both full frame, 1.331 full frame. That's just the way it was filmed back then. So you're gonna have your black bars on your side, which is normal for TV back then. But it has been remastered. Now, there is a difference. This one comes on 16 Blu-rays here. So this set was released in 16 Blu-rays. Now, I'm gonna show you the cases here. First, you got your first season here. So this is gonna be your first season case. And it has your logos on here for what their ratings are for the system in Europe is. And then your back of your case. And it basically just talks about on the back here, talking about, obviously it was rated G, PG in some countries it says, but it was rated G in Europe. Complete first season. And when you open it up, you're gonna have inside here, it'll have a list of the titles, the episodes, and then obviously your discs here. You're gonna have on a leaflet here, so all 3 discs, and this is what they all have the exact same picture on them, so they're all the same. Each season in the Fabulous Film set has the same picture on each disc as well. So, and behind each disc is the list of the episodes in that season. All right, now you got season 2. Is going to be your season 2, your spine, and then the back here. And just same thing, talks about any of the bonus features. And that is your inside. And again, lists off your episodes. Same your discs here. They're all the same picture. And episodes on the back. Then you get your 3rd season. Spine. Back. Then your discs. Same picture on all of them. And again, lists off the episodes. You're probably noticing I'm going through these a little bit faster. It's because we have how much we have to cover, and there's a lot of things I want to get into, but I just want to make sure I did cover both, so that way you guys understand what the difference is here. Now, inside, and lists of your episodes, and then your discs, and all the discs in these are the same. They do say on each disc though, right at the bottom, disc 4, disc 3, but the pictures are all the exact same. And the final season, the 5th season. And the side. And then your back. And then 1 disc. And we're gonna get into this, because this is one of those things that some of you are probably wondering, why is the final season, 5th season on 1 disc? That's something that's important. And I'll get into that here in just a minute. you saw the Fabulous Film Set. That was the first one that came out. And I've got some things that I want to cover on that, and there's a reason why I went through this a little bit faster for you. The Fabulous Film Set wasn't bad, but I'm going to go over here and I want to give a caveat, an explanation here before I show you this. When I take images from what I am seeing on the screen, and I'm taking screenshots of those to show you guys, some of you have complained saying, well, hey, this looks like their skin tone is really red, or their skin tone looks really dark, or whatever the case is. Because of video processing, when I upload those, and it gets uploaded basically through 3 different video processing, plus it's coming off of another video processing, they all slightly change it. And then when you play that, it'll show it based off of whatever video processing software you're using, whether it's your phone, your computer, your TV, whatever that's set up, then it plays it off of that and adds whatever filters that you're using through that. What happens then is that image might not look the exact same as what I see it as, or what you're going to see it as when you buy it. So if their skin tone looks slightly redder than it normally would, that would be because of all the video processing software that these go through, that your iPhone or your whatever phone you're using, or your computer to watch this on, or your TV, has different filters of that adds more color, less color, whatever the case is. So it'll always look slightly different than what the finished product will be color-wise. So when you see that, I can't do anything about that. That's just video processing and how it works. Every single device video processes something slightly different and will change the color slightly different from another device, whether it's the screen or the processing, whatever it is in that. So I do want to explain that, so that way I get a lot of questions about that, saying, well, why does it look certain? I can't control that. That's your TV or your phone or whatever it is you're watching it on, but I did want to touch on that. I'm going to show you guys here, and I want you to understand, because of it being such a dark image that I'm taking these photos of and these screenshots of, simply to show you the difference between the France set of The Incredible Hulk, which is released by Elephant Films, and the Fabulous Films set that was released by them. So what I'm going to show you here, I'm not going to tell you which one's which at first, I'm just going to show you the difference here. And what you'll notice is, and this is why I have both, and why this review is so important for the comparison, so you understand what the differences are. And there is a big difference. So this one was the first one released. This one is done by Elephant Films. Now, I'm not going to show you which to begin with here, but up here, I'm going to put some comparisons here. These are going to show you the difference between darker and lighter. Now, you say to yourself, why is there such a big difference? On the darker side here, this image was overly darkened, and it was actually messed with slightly to darken the image. So it's not the correct original image or the way that it should have been filmed. It's overly darkened, and if you can see this, you can't even see the first picture here of a scientist's face. You can't even see him. It's dark. You can't see anything on the left side. Behind him, you can't even tell there's bookcases, lights in the ceiling. I mean, it's overly dark, and this is the way the whole series is on this remaster. Now, on the right side here, you're going to see on this image, you can see a lot more detail. You can see a lot more depth to the image. It hasn't been overly darkened. Yes, it still has a nice saturated black image to it, but it's not overly darkened to where, I mean, literally, on this side over here, it is sometimes hard to actually see the image. And this is watching it on a 4K TV, any 1080p TV, anything like that. The image is always going to be like this. This is the way the Blu-ray was remastered. Now, this one over here is your Fabulous Films. This was the first one released. So this one, Fabulous Films, over darkened the image. And this is why it's important that this review actually goes through both of these and that you understand the difference here. The image you see up here of how dark it is actually Fabulous Films Remaster. And at first I did not notice the difference or know the difference because this was the only one that was released until I got the other set, and it was like, it's wow. There was a lot of the image you can't even see in the Fabulous Films Remaster, which is disappointing. So the Fabulous Films one is the dark one. On the right side over here, this one is your Elephant Films. And that's this set, which we're going to get into here in a minute. That's the Elephant Films Remastered set. And that's your right side image here. And that's drastically different. No matter no matter who you are, and you see the difference between it when you play it on your TV, and if these screenshots do it justice that I just took to show you the difference of the Hulk breaking through here. And again, you've got Fabulous Films over here on your left side, and then on your right side over here, you have your Elephant Films screenshot. And you can see like more of the bulkheads of the metal, whereas this one, I mean, you can see the Hulk, but everything else is basically gone in the image. And there, no matter what, you're going to notice that difference if you had them sitting side by side. So by far, there's a big image quality difference, which I'm surprised at. But a lot of the times when the Hulk's changing or anything at night, storms, I mean, you can't see anything. I mean, especially in the first pilot movie when the storm is that he first transforms, I mean, you're squinting to try to get what image you can see out of it. Whereas the one from Elephant Films here, it was very clear and easy to see. You didn't have to squint. It looks the way it should. So the Elephant Films remaster itself is hands down a better looking remaster. It surprised me how much of a difference there was. There have been some articles online that have talked about this before, but I'd never seen them side by side until I had both sets to go through and review both of them. And by far, the Elephant Films remaster is by far the superior remaster. Colors, clarity, and they didn't overdarken it. They just did the image the way it should look. It looks superb. It's just that if I have a choice between the two, I would choose the Elephant Films one. The Elephant Films one by far has a better image quality on it. Now, so before I go through and break down the Elephant Films one for you here, I do want to cover a couple of things between the differences between them, so that way you kind of get an update on that, and then I'll go down and break down the Elephant Films one. So sound quality between them is different as well. So you have your Dolby Digital 2.0 is your Fabulous Films. So this one was mastered in Dolby Digital 2.0. That's what this one is. Then you have on your Elephant Films remaster, you have DTS HD Master Audio 2.0. So the audio on the Elephant Films one, I preferred over Dolby Digital 2.0 that the Fabulous Films one had. So that was another thing on the Elephant Films, that they did a better job mastering the audio as well. The other big thing you'll notice the difference on this is, and I kind of talked about this a little bit, this one has your Fabulous Films was remastered over 16 Blu Ray discs. So that means they put all of the episodes that were on it into 16 Blu Ray discs. So you basically got 82 episodes into 16 Blu Rays plus all the special features. On your Elephant Films one, they took a little bit more care, which is why I said the image quality is better than what you're going to get on the Fabulous Films one. This one actually has 19 Blu-rays. So this one was 19. So you're basically getting some extra Blu-rays there, your 3 extra Blu-rays that they spread the whole series across, the 82 episodes, spread across 19 instead of 16. So there's not as much compression. They didn't have to compress them as much. There is a big difference in your special features as well, but we'll get to that. Both sets, though, are going to be around the $100 mark, depending on sales. They range anywhere between, I've seen them like $75 up to $113. So it depends on when you buy it or where you buy it and the sale you get. Now, your Elephant Films one, you're going to get through Amazon.fr. So far, has had the best prices that I've seen. And that's Amazon.fr. And I'll put it along the bottom here so that way you can see it at the bottom of the video here. But it's Amazon.fr is where the Elephant Films one is from. And that's the one that I'd suggest out of the two. But I'm going to go into it a little bit more and explain why. Other than better image quality, we're going to talk about special features here for a minute. So your Fabulous Films one basically has 2-episode commentaries by Kenneth Johnson, who was the creator, and then he also wrote a bunch of the episodes on it. So Kenneth Johnson does, on this set, 2-episode commentaries, and then Lou Ferrigno also does a commentary on it, on one of them, the pilot. On your Elephant Films one, they really went overboard, and in a great way, with the commentaries and the special features on this set. So on this set, you get 9 exclusive documentaries that you don't get in the Fabulous Films one. So if you like documentaries going into the show, the history of it, producing it, the people that wrote it, the actors, special effects, all of that, you get 9 exclusive documentaries in the Elephant Films Blu Ray set. You also get 5 additional episode commentaries. The Fabulous Films one, you got 2. So there's a big difference in special features on that Elephant film set versus what you're going to get in the Fabulous film set. So that's where, even if you didn't get the Elephant films one on as good a sale as what you maybe could have gotten the Fabulous films one, image quality, sound quality, basically also the special features on it make up for that. Now I'm going to break in and kind of go into the set itself, and this is something that is huge between the two sets. You have your Fabulous films and your Elephant films remastered set. This one is Region B locked. So Fabulous films set here, if you don't have a region-free Blu-ray player that unlocks it or allows you to play other region Blu-ray players, you can't play this. Unless you live in the UK that has Region B already, that's the only way. If you get a region-free Blu-ray player in the US or other countries, Canada, you can't play this. So you have to have a region-free Blu-ray player, special Blu-ray player to play this. And I do have a video on my channel down below that if you go to my channel, you'll see it talks about region-free Blu-ray players and how to get one and what you need to know about it. And so I'll put that down there in the description, so if you want to click and watch that, that's down there as well. So if you do end up wanting to get this one, you do have to have a region-free Blu-ray player, which does take a tick off the review here, and I'll explain why. And here's why. This set that was released by Elephant Films is region-free. That means you don't need anything special. So you buy this set, you have it shipped to your home, you import it to the US, to Canada, you live in Europe and you want to buy it, you live in Germany and you want to buy this, you live in Asia, you want to buy this, you live in Ireland, Australia, it doesn't matter. You can play this on any Blu-ray player anywhere in the world. It is region free. That right there is a huge selling point for this set and a huge bonus for this set. So, Elephant Films, when I said they outdid themselves with this set, they did a phenomenal job with this set, making it region free. The remaster on it is at least 20% better image quality than what I had on the Fabulous film set. Because it was one of those things that when I got this, I was so excited until I got this and realized how much better the image quality is on the Elephant Film set. Elephant Films took time to make sure that they weren't degrading the image quality by putting it on 19 Blu-rays, which is why they didn't, I said you don't have the problems with the sound quality is better and clearer. You have 19 Blu-rays on it. You have more special features. It's also region free. We're gonna go into this one now, and I'm gonna cover this one going forward and talk about this one. So obviously you see the outside here, and I'm sorry the set's so huge. I've talked about this before. I'm gonna try to come off to the side here just for a second here to show you here. But it's another big box set, but it's very nicely done. You have the top here, it says the Incredible Hulk. Then you have your side pictures, and your side over here. And then your bottom has obviously Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby, and then the back has a nice pamphlet that kind of goes through everything in this set, and it kind of breaks down all your special features, 1080p Blu-ray quality, showing all your discs. And yes, one of my favorite things, this does have a giant picture book in it, glossy color picture book, and I'm going to show you some of that as we get into this. That's something that the Fabulous film set did not have in it. So this set, literally, it's just the discs and the cases, and it didn't have any booklet with it or anything. And I do like the booklets. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about this before. When they stick stuff like that in it, little bonus things like that, it gets me going. I like that. So this is the back of it. So now I'm going to open it up here. And so when it opens up, it's got a clamshell design. It opens up like this. And then you'll see when you open it up, it does have a book on top. So I'm going to set this to the side and kind of show you a little bit of the book. And then I'm going to break down what the cases are and things like that and go from there. And the book is nice. I mean, I liked the art design of it. I think the book, I mean, it is glossy. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to catch the reflection of the light here. I mean, it is glossy, glossy. I mean, it's just, I like stuff like that. I like magazines that are all glossy too. But I digress here for a minute. So, anyhow, the picture is nice and glossy on this one. To keep the video length, I can't cover every single picture, but I'm going to show you in here a little bit here about it. And I'll try to give you pictures above, and maybe that would be best if I just show you some pictures as we're going along here. I'll hold it down here to give you an idea, but I'm going to put pictures up here, and then I'm going to put pictures over here, so that way you kind of get some ideas of what's in this booklet. I'm not going to show it all, though. It is thick, and I'll show you here. mean, it's half an inch thick. I mean, it's a thick book. So it's got a lot of pictures. Now, the writing in it is in French, a lot of it, but I'm looking at it for the pictures, and most of you are anyways. It does have the episode titles in here listed out in English as well. You can read them just fine. So it's just the history of what it's talking about in here is done in French. So that is the only thing about this set. It does have a contents, and then, as I said, it has so many cool pictures. Sorry, my hand was over those, but it's a big booklet. Some of these pictures are they're really cool. And this book alone is one of those coffee table books you put out, and it's cool to look through. There's some full pictures showing across, like I love the contacts he put on. It was so cool. Look at how the transformation between into the Hulk. And you've got here, I'm just going to show this one to start with. So on this side here it says Blu Ray 1, and then it tells you basically on it here, it'll say Blu Ray 1, Episode 1, the title of it, title of the original Incredible Hulk. And so they did put the English. Gorgeous book. So big points for the book. I mean, what a great job Elephant Films did with this. They did the Murder, She Wrote, which I did that review on my channel as well. So it's the first 6 seasons they did, and they have booklets in there that are in there as well, and they look great as well. This is your first case, and seasons 1 and 2, Hulk. Now, some of you are probably wondering, I did mention this before, but I don't know if I touched on it very much. Audio is DTS Master Audio on this set. It is in English and French, so you can choose either one. And the nice thing on this set is literally when you go into the disc, and I'll show you up here a picture here. This is going to be of the actual screenshot of what you'll see when you pull up your menu, and it gives you the option to choose English or French audio. So no matter where you live in the world, if you want to watch it in English or French, you can choose either one, and it plays the whole disc that way just from there. So that is a nice thing. It was really easy to do. It's not a big deal. It's not like you have to go in every episode and change it. You just simply, when you put the disc in, you go in and choose your audio, and you choose English, plays it perfectly fine. All right, let's go back into the case here. You got the front of the case here, season 1 and 2, spines, this is Incredible Hulk. Then you got the back, and I like the art design they used for this. It's kind of like a modern art design. I dig it. So, all right, so you open it up, and it's gonna be kind of like a little booklet here. You open it up, you got some more art design here. And then this one's really hard to get in the screen here, so I'm just going to show you one side at a time. These are all your discs, and they are housed in these clip cases that they snap down into. Keeps them, and they are separated. There's a gap between them so that they're not scratching each other, which is well done, and they're through these plastic cases. Now, I will say as a caveat, I do prefer individual plastic cases instead of a folding out case like this where it's cardboard with plastic basically glued to it and then the discs on top of that. I would prefer, just like they did with their Murder, She Wrote set, that they're in individual plastic cases. I would have preferred that, but this is still nicely done. They're protected, they're housed just fine, and it is a nice glossy case. That's just my preference though, is I would prefer, I like each one, so that way I can just take one of the sets for season 1, take it and watch it, leave the rest of it behind, as opposed to have to take all of this with me each time. But that's just me nitpicking. Some of you might prefer to have it all like this and have basically 2 seasons and one thing at a time. But that's my preference, would be that they would be in plastic cases, just like the Murder, She Wrote set was. I really loved those cases. Those, I can't talk enough about them. They're my favorite Blu Ray case that's ever been released in any set, is what Elephant Films did with the Murder, She Wrote set. So, Elephant Films, if you're listening, as you release things, I do love those cases that you used in your actual Murder, She Wrote set. But this case is nicely done. So I'll go to the other side here. So I showed you the right side. We're going to go on the left side here. So again, you got that Nuevo style art there, and there's all your discs. And underneath them, they do have the episodes listed, as well as the book has it listed. So remember, you don't have to use this. You can go into the book and look at it, or when you pull it up on the menu of each episode, it does have the titles listed there that you can read as well. So you got 3 different ways of looking at them, which was really nice. So this is your seasons 1 and 2 case. So that way you see this. This is behind the book. So the book sits on top of these, and these are what the 2 cases look like inside. Your seasons 3 through 5 case here. And this one here obviously has Lou Ferrigno's Hulk on the top, seasons 3 through 5. This is your side, and then your back, Hulk growling at you. So, and then you open this one up. It's going to be your same thing that you're going to see. Is it's a split open case. As you open it up here, go on this side, you're going to have your discs over here listed out just like what you saw before, and then behind them it does have the episode titles listed on the cardboard thing as well. So that's that side. We're going to go here to the left side, and again, here's your episodes. And then on this side, and this one's a bit bigger, I have to open it and hold it with two hands, that's why I had to sit down for a second. And this one's the rest of your discs for your rest of your basically 4 and 5 seasons spread out through here. So this side's quite a bit bigger when it opens up. So basically it took a little bit, I had to put it all back away. So this is your completed case, and as we went over with this set, basically you're going to have all your discs listed in there, and it has 19 of them. I'm going to show you along the way, and I have been showing screenshots of the Elephant Film set. And these are all the Elephant Film set. I didn't do too many of the Fabulous Film set. I did the beginning to show you guys the difference of basically that the image quality is not as good as what you have from the Elephant Film set. So therefore, because of that and time length of the video, I've been showing you, and I'm showing you screenshots of the Elephant Film set going forward, and that's what these all are, is the quality of what the Elephant Film set is. It is by far the superior set. If you're going to get yourself one of them, I would get the Elephant Film set hands down. I was surprised at the image quality difference between them. You get more special features, documentaries, commentaries, better and correct image. The image is correct on this set. It was digitally altered incorrectly on the Fabulous Film set. So that's a huge selling point. The actual Elephant Film set is region free. No special Blu-ray player needed, and I know I've said this before, but I want to make that clear because some of you say that I only say it once, so I'm saying it again. It is region free. So the Elephant Films, when you buy it, you can play it in any Blu-ray player you own. Your Xbox, your PS4, your regular Samsung Blu-ray players, whatever you got. Doesn't matter. You pop it in, you play it, you're good to go. Change it to English, French, whichever you want. Price-wise, the Elephant Films one, depending on when you find it on sale or not, you're looking at almost the same price anyway, so by far you're getting a better master, a better remaster. So this one by far was the one I would pick up. It is just hands down the superior set. Image quality, as you can see as we're going along, is beautiful. They did a great job. There is some things I did notice when comparing the two as I was doing this review, because I would watch an episode and then I'd go back and put the other one in of the Fabulous Films, and I would sit there and I'd go scene by scene in some of them, so I could actually see what the difference was that my eyes were taking in. And I know a lot of times you guys are relying on what I see, because it's hard on these images sometimes to give across the quality, because like we talked about, image processing when the video comes out, it doesn't always look exactly like what you're going to see. So a lot of it comes from, I know you rely on what I explain. Elephant Films took out some more of the speckles that are inherent in some of the older films, like white splotches and things. I actually went some scene by scene, and Fabulous Films did not take some of them out, whereas Elephant Films, you'd watch that same scene and there was less of them in it. So Elephant Films took a lot more time to make sure that this image quality came out and looked a heck of a lot better. And I know that I've said this before with their Murder, She Wrote set. They've done a great job. I really hope they continue to release more and more of these sets, because this set, this Incredible Hulk, is the best Incredible Hulk set out there. I don't even think Universal's going to do a better job than that if Universal were to do it themselves in the United States, which they're not because of streaming services. So this is the set you need to buy. And Amazon.fr is where I got my set and where you're going to be able to get your set. Amazon.fr is where they're sold at the cheapest as of right now. Now you can find them through a bunch of different sellers. I know eBay has them, Amazon in the US has them, Amazon.de has them, but you're looking for the Elephant Films Blu-ray set, and they all have similar covers. They have a couple different editions of this, but they all have similar colors. They look the same, and it'll say Elephant Films on it, and it'll be the French set. This is the one you're going to want to get. Region free. And as far as that set goes, the Fabulous Film set pales in comparison. Now that there is two different ones to compare, which is a rare thing. It's rare that two different companies, completely separate, remaster a complete TV series and release them. So we're kind of spoiled a little bit with this one, because a lot of the other sets, nobody else has done. I mean, this one, literally, there's two of them. You got Fabulous Films, or you have the Elephant Films remaster, and the Elephant Films remaster is far superior. far superior image quality, the art design, everything they did on it, the packaging. Other than, I do love individual cases. That's the only thing that Fabulous Films had up on the Elephant Films. Otherwise, Elephant Films Remaster, their packaging, the booklet in it, the image quality, far superior. So going with that, I'm going to give you a rating here. And on your Fabulous Film set, you're looking at a 7.4. And I know some of you say, well, it's a great remaster, and how can you give it a 7.4? And it was hard for me, but the hard thing is it doesn't have as many special features. They didn't spend the time to do any special booklets, documentaries, things like that. And the image quality in the remaster on this, even the sound quality, is not nearly as good as Elephant Films Remaster. So taking that into account, you're looking at a 7.4. Elephant Films. Now, Elephant Films, I did love the remaster on this. Their remaster was beautiful as far as you can see, and it's amazing how much you can see that you couldn't see in the Fabulous Film set. The Elephant Films remaster is clearer, crisper. They've actually fixed a lot more of the blemishes that were in the old film reels, and they've also not over-darkened it. It looks the way it should. So a true image, clear, crisp, 1080p. Sound quality is better. The booklet in this is gorgeous. The fact that you can play everything in English in it just fine makes this, other than getting some French words on the cases and on the Blu-rays when you load them up, it has some French words. It doesn't matter. You're playing everything in English anyway, so you'll never bother you. And it being region free, and that's a big thing of why the Fabulous Films set got dinged quite a few points, is because it was region B locked, which means a lot of people around the world that don't have region-free Blu-ray players and don't want to spend the money for it or learn how to do it, you can't watch that set. So the Fabulous Film set lost a lot of points because of it being region B locked. So this set is region-free. Anyone, anywhere in the world can buy this and watch this, and that is huge, 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 huge. Image quality being better was a huge bonus as well, the booklet in here. Sound quality, and then obviously it has way more special features, documentaries, commentaries, things like that for this set too. So for the Elephant Film set review score, they're looking at, for this release, a 9.6. So 9.6 for this Incredible Hulk by Elephant Films, amazing release. Again, I can't recommend it enough. If you're gonna get one, you need to get the Elephant Films Blu-ray release. Your image quality, you will be astounded by the fact that they took their time. If you sat down and watched both of them, and I know a lot of you probably won't buy both sets because it's a lot of money for two sets of the same show. If you're gonna get one and you care about the image quality of what you watch and being able to watch it on any Blu-ray player, which means you can take these discs, if you wanna watch them on your computer, you wanna watch them in a PS4, an Xbox, a regular Blu-ray player, doesn't matter. They work in any of them. So you can watch this anywhere. Elephant Films doing a great job again. I look forward to more stuff that they release. The more that I find of their stuff, the more I'm blown away by how much time they take. And if you've been watching the channel for a while and you've been watching these, some companies don't take their time to put special features in it. You know, the Sequest set barely had any special features in it, and they barely took the time to remaster it. It looks good, but nowhere near. I mean, you're looking at 9.6 for this, and the packaging, the image quality, everything that Elephant Films does is just great. I look forward to the next sets that I can do. Hopefully they'll keep releasing TV series, remastered TV series. I absolutely love them. And along the way, as I said, I've been showing you screenshots this whole way, so that way you kind of get an idea as we've gone through. They're of the Elephant Films set, and that's the one I recommend. So because I'm recommending that, that's what I took the time to put the love into, based off of, hey, this is what has the best image for you guys, the best bang for your buck, being region free, as opposed to that other one is not region free. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. I really took a lot of time into this one to try to make sure that I gave you a comparison between the two of them so you understand the differences between them. I do have both of them, which is a huge thing for you guys and for the channel. Please share this video. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. Comment down below. Keep coming back for more content. I've got way more coming. Please make sure to share these videos though. That really helps the channel to grow. Give this video a thumbs up, and make sure, as always, if you want to get yourself a shirt, you can go on to my website. It's listed down below. The V-necks, men's, women's, they have the logo on them, really nicely done. And those help support the channel. Everything that I get from those just goes right back into the channel. Definitely, I appreciate all the support that all of you have given me. Shirts, and for liking, subscribing, all of that helps out. Please continue to share these videos, and again, if you want to get yourself a shirt, that definitely helps out the channel as well. I hope you've all enjoyed this today. I enjoyed this review with you guys. I know this was a slightly longer one. We had a lot to cover, and I hope I've covered enough for you and answered enough of your questions as we've gone along, so that way you get an idea of the difference between the two sets. But I've enjoyed spending time with you guys again here today, and I hope you've enjoyed this. This one was a review I've been excited about doing for a long time. I grew up watching the show and loved the show, and I hope you enjoyed the show as well, and you're going to enjoy it when you get the set too. So again, Elephant Films is the one I suggest. I appreciate all of your time today, and I hope all of you have a blessed day and will join me again next time. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you again soon.